Hey, how's everybody doing? Welcome back to Ultimo Gallos Weekly Wrestling Wrap-Up. Sorry I won one up Wednesday. Been sick, had a sick relative, bunch of stuff to deal with. So, a little bit late, but hey, 2 a week. 2 a week. Got a little Angelo Bolometti playing in the background. Here's Twin Peaks. It's creepy music. It's October. It's the season. Gonna do something a little different this time. I got 5 shows covered. If it don't take me too long to get all 5. Somebody asked if they'd like to see some of the stuff from my wrestling collection. Like I've shown my DVDs and a little bit on VHS, but I got other stuff, so I got a little bit of that here. Hopefully the light levels are good. I'm trying live on this. We'll see how this comes out. So let's get started. All right, we're going to start off with what aired first. Even this ain't the order I watch stuff in my little pieces right now. This is MLW Fusion, episode 80. And I'm over a year now, almost 2 years in MLW. This is Jimmy Havoc's Slaughterhouse episode. I guess it's kind of like their Halloween episode, but it's a few weeks early. We got start off with a trios match. Los Haraganes, which is Animo, Demencia, and Silver Star. Never heard any of these people. Versus Triple Amenaza, which is Starboy, Arandu, and Zarko. Never heard any of these people. Usually, Lucha Trios matches are usually fairly fun. Just a fast, quick, display of moves. The Haraganes win with doing this triple man powerbomb. They do it 3 times. Then they end up getting the pin and they beat the hell out of the ref. Decent little trios match. Nothing besides the finish really stands out. So 2 out of 5. Then we get a Tijuana Street Fight. They've been building up this. This is going to be Joseph Samael, the fake Sheik from Country Unity, taking on El Hijo LA Park. They just call him Hio most of the time. Starts off outside with Joseph just ambushing Hio. They're beating the hell out of a lot of slams on the ground, a lot of throwing the concrete walls. And the rest of the country shows up, which is Fatu and Simon. The hell is his name? I can't think of the guy's name now. He's part of the Vaudevillains in WWE. They come out, they attack him. Selena's on her phone. She's just screaming, yelling in Spanish. Hopefully, she's calling for backup. And the match just ends out of nowhere with Hio getting the shit beat out of him and Selena screaming in Spanish. It was entertaining, but I wish we got a definitive ending. 2 out of 5. Then we got our main event, which is going to be Puerto Rican hardcore legend Salvador Vega versus Mexican hardcore legend Damien Cesar versus UK hardcore legend Jimmy Havoc. I'm really hoping this match is good because so far this episode has been a little bit of a bust. And my hopes ain't up real high because it's got Salvio in it. Last time I saw him in MLW, he was not good. I mean, Salvio was never amazing, but he was always at least decent. But he's getting older now. Damien looks ancient. He was looking old first time I saw him back in 97. And, I was hoping this would just end up being like a fun brawl with weapons, and that's what ends up being, just a really fun brawl match with weapons. Just 3 guys beating the hell out of each other with weapons for about 15 minutes. There's a neat spot where Damien hits Havoc is like covered this chair that's in the ring with thumbtacks, and Damien hits Havoc, causes him to sit down on it. And there's a scene, and then the next couple seconds later, Damien Havoc is running the ropes, holding on to his ass because the tacks are taken to his ass. So him. Salvio Vega is actually really surprisingly good in this match. It kind of threw me there. There's a spot where Damien does a superplex off the top to Salvio Vega through a table. It only gets a 2 count because Havoc ends up breaking the pin. The Havoc ends up winning by hitting Salvio with a really weak-looking short arm close. I've seen Havoc hit this before, and it looks devastating. I don't know if maybe Salvio just didn't sell it right, but it came off really, really weak. I didn't get it. I don't know. Does that help? Does that do? Okay. I'm just seeing. I'm testing out stuff here. 3 out of 5. So that means the show ends up getting, what is that? Oh, man, I didn't write this down. Hold on. Let me pull out my calculator here and figure out. So 3 out of 5 plus 2 out of 5 plus 2.5 out of 5. So that's what, 7.5. 7.5 out of 5 divided by 3. 7.5 divided by 3. 2.5. So 2.5 overall for that show. So let's mark that down. Show. Try back to doing this live. I mess up. 2.2. No, not that high. 2.5. Now let's open up our next set of notes here. And our next set of notes is for Ring of Honor, episode 422. Now, of course, usually this airs on the weekends. I catch it on Monday because I have to watch it on Fight. We get 2 matches. First match is Joe Hendry, who I got a friend of mine lives over in Ireland. Been raving about this guy for a couple of years now. Saw a little bit of him in TNA. First time I really got to see a lot of him. He's taking on Don Kubrick, I've never heard of. Hendry is really good. It really kind of surprised me how good he was. There's a neat spot where Kubrick does his dive to outside and just kind of like splats on the floor. Like he dies and Hendry ain't even there. You just really entertaining. 2 out of 5 because it could have been better, but hey. All right, give me a second. This is itching. Oh, man. Got trimmed the old stash again. Then, of course, our main event ends up being Hot Sauce Tracy Williams from Lifeblood taking on Flip Gordon from Villain Enterprises. And they start fighting just right out on the ramp. And Gordon just brutalizing Williams with his kendo stick. He's painted black. A lot of good stiff shots from both guys. And they end up in the ring, but they end up back out on the ring. And the final injury is rough. Feels like that. For y'all have seen this, the Sting versus Cactus Jack, Falls County Anywhere on the Gulf Coast match for Beach Blast 92 when they fight on the ramp. It feels like that kind of stuff. Tracy ends up winning by putting Flip through a table. 3 out of 5. First match got 2 out of 5. This got 3 out of 5. Show ends up getting a 2.5 out of 5. So tied with MLW so far. Let's go see what our next show is. What we got next? Oh, chronologically, the next show up. And I didn't get this watched till actually the night I'm recording this, but this would be SWA Season 2, Episode 20. 2-match show. It's like 37 minutes. We start off with Lucas Frost versus Doc Gracie. Lucas Frost part of Domination Incorporated, headed by Billy D. McLean. He's taking on Doc Gracie, who's part of the Daybreakers. And like I said, hey, it's Lucas. I know I'll be entertained. Doc Gracie has not shown me much yet, but I've only ever really seen him in tags. And the Breakers tag team, we all know that Nate Moss is Shawn Michaels of the team. He's Shawn Michaels. He's the Ricky Morton. He's the Bret Hart of the team. You know what I'm saying? And Lucas just basically starts off dominating the match. It's mostly a squash. Gracie gets a few little comebacks from amazing. Lucas does this really neat. I've never seen this week. He's like walking the second rope. And he goes to drop an elbow on Gracie, but he took too long. Gracie rolls out of the way, and Lucas ends up winning. Lucas is always great. I wish he just had a better opponent, 2.5 out of 5. Then we get a match that really surprised me because one of these guys I'd seen one I hadn't, and on the description, like they spelled this guy's name wrong horribly. Marcos Espada, who I've seen in Elevate Pro, I think it was. The anti-luchador taking on Speedy Ricky. Speedy Ricky on the description on Fight, they spell it like Unudu Ricky. I'm like, who the hell is Unudu Ricky? And I'm wondering about Elevate Pro's weekly show. It's been almost 2 weeks since we got a new episode, and the last one we got was late, so is it gone? I've heard there's some stuff going on behind the scenes in Elevate Pro. Like somebody's taking a break, which might be more than a break. We don't know, but I don't know. Speedy Ricky does have a unique look, especially for nice tights. He's Puerto Rican, got the kind of frizzy hair. And for the first couple minutes of the match, there's this lady just screaming for Speedy, "Shake your butt at me!" It sounds like one of these women, before 9 a.m., she smokes more cigarettes before 9 a.m. than the entire United States Marine Corps does all day. I mean, she's got that rough smoker's voice. It ends up being a pretty good match. Speedy is fast, of course, but Espada is able to counteract that speed pretty good. Feels like a good mid-card match on like a Ring of Honor show. Speedy hits this really nice top rope move, but I'm distracted by this fat kid in the front row that's like picking his nose and appears to be eating what he's found. It's like, oh, couldn't you use a different angle? And that's the sad thing. This match is actually technically one of the better matches I've seen, like wrestling-wise. And SWA, and the whole time watching, I'm seeing like, you can see the front row of the crowd just looks bored. I'm like, man, y'all actually seen a really good match, or what's going on? I don't know. Espada ends up winning. Definitely a really good match. I give this a 3.5 out of 5, so that's a 5. That's a 6. 2. Show gets a 3. So as of right now, this is the best show I've seen this week. Which, I mean, it really shocked me. I mean, SWA does have some good stuff every once in a while. And this one, is pretty good. Let's put the next set of notes here. All right. And this is going to be NWA Power Episode 3. I actually watched this twice. I watched it Tuesday night when it aired. I was talking to a friend of mine, so I had the sound turned off. I was just watching without the sound. I'm going to do matches and then the non-match stuff separate. But matches start with First match is Marty Bell, who I know from TNA Impact. I haven't seen her in quite a while. Versus Crystal Rose, who I've never seen, but they say she's heavily influenced by the grunge music. I'm looking at her, okay, she's got that kind of look to her. Decent little match. And say Marty all the time. Marty ends up winning 2 out of 5. Then I have Caleb Connolly versus Dan Parker. Let's see here. Oh, crap. Caleb Connolly, of course, I've seen in all these Southern Indies. He's one of the new generation North Carolina boys. And Dan Parker, actually, I think he was probably fairly unknown. A lot of people watch us. I know him from Championship Wrestling Hollywood in the Red Carpet World Cup. Once they look like Big Bird. Caleb isn't winning. Dan isn't bad. I like him in Championship Wrestling Hollywood. Pretty good little match, like a 3 out of 5 match. It was really good. Neat way to introduce Caleb to the crowd. Caleb's got a different haircut. Hope they use Dan Parker more. Dan Parker's Canadian. He's kind of doing, yeah, Canadian, boo US. And of course, the crowd's like, USA. Gonna happen. Then we get our main event. And this was really, really good. This really surprised me how good this was. This was the Dawsons versus Eli Drake and Tim Storm. Really fun tag. I'm liking this Eli Drake and Tim Storm tag. I'm going to get into that in a minute. The Dawsons are good. Just overall, really good. 3 out of 5. Overall, the show got a 2.67 for matches. But the non-match stuff was so good. Like, Josephus comes out and says he wants to personally apologize to James Storm. So he calls James Storm out and outwalks Colt Cabana. And Josephus hands Colt Cabana a cowboy hat and a beer bottle. Colt Cabana's acting like James Storm. And then Josephus throws powder in Colt's eye. And James Storm comes out and super kicks both of them. That was great. Damian Sandow coming out when they're supposed to be talking to Tim Storm. Tim Storm hadn't come out yet. And talking about he's dressed as a pirate. Talking about his new pirate movie, Tropical Pirates, coming out next year. And the footage looked like it was from like some cheesy late night made for Skinamax pirate movie. Like you're expecting Janine to show up in this or something. And then Tim Storm coming out and doing an interview about he don't know what's going to happen in his career, but he mentions Mama Storm. Of course, I guess the Mama Storm chant. That's when Eli Drake comes out, hey, tag up with me. You can't challenge for 10 pounds of gold now, but there's other belts you can challenge for. Really good, real well written. And really, besides the main event, everything else was squashes, but it was entertaining. And so many people are loving it. I mean, I'm really enjoying Power, and Power seems to be doing really good. So, 2.67. So, the second best show this week. I got one more show, then I'm going to do the extra stuff because this is going by fairly quick. Okay, let's open that notepad up. All right, and the last one is AEW Dark, which some of y'all might know. I mean, this is on YouTube, of course. AEW Dark, Episode 3. Start off with Brendan Cutler, who's the D&D nerd guy, taking on Joey Janela. And, man, I don't know what's happened. Joey just ain't that great in AEW. Cutler's okay, but not good enough to make this worth watching. Janela is a win at 1.5 out of 5. I was not impressed. Joey looks very sloppy. He's got a Death Valley driver that I really think he's going to hurt somebody with. It just, I don't know what's up here. Because, I mean, I just saw him a couple weeks ago on the 5-Hour Wrestling Carolina Stampede show, and he was decent, and he's taking somebody a lot worse than Brandon Cutler. Then we get Nyla Rose versus Leva Bates. I'm like, man, I'm not a fan of either one of these. Leva, good character work, but I always thought she was crap in the ring, and Nyla, as I said before, she's clumsy, she's unsafe. I think they're pushing her a little too hard. Ends up being a good little decent match. Of course, Leva comes out. She's doing librarian gimmicks. She got Peter Avalon where they're doing the shush thing, and they're throwing books in the ring and all that. Good little average match, 2.5 out of 5. Nyla wins. Really impressed me. Nyla didn't seem as clumsy and like just sort of like she always seems like she's like thinking too hard when she's in the ring. She didn't seem like that this time. Then we get our main event. And it starts off, you got Seaman, T-Hawk, the Strong Hearts out there, and there's like the private parties ropes there, and they can't go through. And the private party shows on, they're allowed to go through. I'm like, hey, it's an 8-man tag. There's already 4 people inside. I love private party. Seaman, T-Hawk, I really love. And now comes Cody Rhodes, and he's got Brandy Rhodes with him. He's got MJF with him. So I'm like, yeah. Like says remote. First, I was Seaman and T-Hawk. Then private party, and I'm happy. Like all 4 guys. And now comes Cody with Brandy and MJF, even happier now. Then now comes Dustin Rhodes, and I'm like mega happy. Then the AEW shits all over the happiness and sends off the Young Bucks. Could have been a great match. Really could have been, but the Bucks have to do the same spots they've been doing over and over and over and over for 12 years. Anybody's been online forever knows Scott Keith's old infamous Bret Hart's 5 moves of doom. Come on, Scott, do one for the Young Bucks. I'm tired of seeing the one where Is it Matt? Is Matt the one with the black hair? This thing where he kind of goes through the ropes, holds on top of him, and like double hits the guys, and he does the splits like this, and the one flips over him. I'm burnt out on all of it. Everybody else in the match pulls it through, and we get a good match, but the Bucks parts just drag it down. 2.5 out of 5. So overall show 2.16. The worst show I saw this week. And I've been enjoying the AEW Dark more than I have AEW Dynamite. Remember, I got Dynamite sitting on my DVR. I haven't watched it yet. I did see Impact this week. I didn't include it because it was all like recap matches. The only thing that really stood out was Shotzi Blackheart was on there. She just recently got signed to WWE. But hey, that's that. So I'm going to fix it do now is I'm going to try showing some of my wrestling memorabilia here. So let's see. Oh, that is way too bright. Let's see. No. Okay, which is hopefully this one. Okay, first up, this was sent to me by a good friend of mine. He bought this at an AEW show up in Cleveland. Found the Give Me Table. Most y'all know him. I'm a huge fan of one wrestler. Well, not just one wrestler, right? Currently. Also, I'm a huge fan of the guy doesn't have a huge fan base. And that is. Can I say it on him? Can you read that? That's Hardcore Holly. This is a Just Toys Hardcore Holly Bendham's from 2000, I think is what it says on the back. Look at that. And it was, if I remember, it was loose when I got it. And he just hangs out. I love this figure. I've had people want to buy him because he's kind of hard to find. Nope, not here. Next thing in the collection here. Now this comes from the former collection of the great Money Warbucks. Mississippi Independent Wrestler, been around a long time. At a SWA show quite a few years ago. He always has a table set up. His wife sells stuff for him. Whenever they had a bunch of VHS, I'm like, oh, VHS, I got it. WCW Slamboree 1998. We got all the matches. We got the WCW World Tag Team Title match: Sting and the Giant versus the Outsiders with Dusty Rhodes. Dusty Rhodes is part of the NWO. Special guest referee Roddy Piper for a Bret Hart versus Randy Savage match. Okay. WCW U.S. Heavyweight Title match: Bill Goldberg versus Saturn. That might be decent. Bowery Cage Death match: Raven versus DDP. Ultimo Dragon versus Eddie Guerrero with Chavo, and more. You see, there's the tape. I've had this is an ex-Blockbuster around money to the Blockbuster. Whenever Blockbuster was selling tapes, he'd buy them, and then when he got the network, he just dropped them. Well, he might not be wishing he'd done that now because I don't think Money's got the network anymore. And there's stuff on here you can't get on the network. So, okay, we still got a little bit of time. Okay, next. This is not all of these. I've gotten to where now when I go to shows, I always try to pick up at least one 8x10 promo picture so I can get it signed. This is a small collection. I framed this little cheap frame. This is Tracy Smothers and was it Steve Armstrong? They were the wild-eyed Southern boys. I met Tracy Smothers in Bessemer, Alabama back quite a few years ago. I met him a little bit before then in Lula for a few minutes. But I really got to talk to him at the Bessemer, Alabama show. I got this picture off of him. Also got a Rim Mysterio mask off of him. It's autographed by Tracy. Same show where during the middle of a match we're doing commentary, and Mr. Smothers comes walking out and sits down and joins us. And there's a picture of me floating around. It's me sitting at the table, Mr. Smothers sitting next to me. Love me some Tracy Smothers. The next one, this guy's not as known. And this is Joe Kane, the Prince of Pain. This is a local guy. He's based out of New Orleans. He's worked all over South for quite a while, like 20 years now. Just one of them. They call him a good hand. Guy can have a good match with almost anybody. He works SWA mostly now. That's where I see him. And some smaller Louisiana independents. The neat thing about this is Joe's known me for years. I got this picture off him at a show, and he was facing Nate Moss that night at an SWA show, so he signed it to Nate instead of to me. He's like, dude, I'm sorry. I've had Nate on my mind all night. These next two are probably my most recent of all this kind of stuff. This first one, I've only seen this lady wrestle twice now. This is Alejandra Lyon. Met her at the Hoodmark Lucha Libre show on May the 4th, 2019. And then a few months ago, she worked a tag match with Alex Garcia in BIW, Bayou Independent Wrestling. I got this picture. I have to show this picture off of her. And then my last one. for now. I've got more of these. I got more of these. Just the four I got my hands on real quick. We previously mentioned Alex Garcia. This is her stardom picture, but she's worked for reality wrestling, stardom. She's at WWE tryout. She works all over the place. Alex is one of them. I got a feeling in like 2 years I'm not going to be seeing her on indie shows around anymore because she's going to be signed somewhere. Well, I hope y'all like that. I don't know how often I'll be doing these. I just had to do a lot, so I ain't got to worry about uploading everything. But as always, hope you enjoyed that and give the shout outs. Let's see shout outs. Body Slam Media Productions. Just recently, but I was supposed to get a watcher show, but like I said, I've been sick. He just recently broadcast the entire Pro Wrestling Eagle, Great Southern 8. Great Southern 8 is a term went on for this 8th or 9th year, if I'm remembering right. Every year, usually in November, it's moved to October this year. He takes 8 wrestlers from the 8 southern states. Sometimes 2 wrestlers from the same state. And it's a one-night tournament. Single elimination winner is the Great Southern 8 champion. This year had a lot of returning people who've been in it before. Kobe Rutland of Body Slam Media Productions filmed every match, got them uploaded. I have not got to watch that. I'm sorry. Go check that out. As always, Brandon McBride's Highlander Wrestling Show. I think he's got 3 episodes out now. His third one was all about tag teams, really good stuff. Check out I mentioned Pro Wrestling Ego. Check out Pro Wrestling Ego. They got their Ego on Break stuff. They got a few matches up. I'll give him a shout out. Braxton Hunter, I've mentioned on here before. He's recently started a fed called Pro Wrestling Movements based in Louisiana, as far as I know. Look for it on YouTube. Look for it on Facebook. I expect some big things out of that. Of course, Bayou Independent Wrestling. Bayou Independent Wrestling is 3 for the year. The first show of next year is going to be January 24th in Brookhaven. Josh Newell runs. They've been talking about a bunch of the matches. I'm trying to think, is there anything else? Any other shout out I want to throw out there? You know what? I'm going to throw this out there. If you're on Facebook and you live somewhere in the South and you enjoy independent wrestling, look for Mississippi Independent Wrestling. Join the group. It's a good little resource for shows, information, and stuff. And it's kind of not as active as it used to be. But I hope everybody enjoyed that. If you did, if you watch this, you can give me a thumbs up, leave a comment. I love all the comics. Tim Fredericks, I think is your name, sir. The one I'm actually met in Alabama at the Bessemer show I was talking about. Didn't realize I had. Appreciate all your comments, everybody else. Thank y'all so much. Talk to everybody later. Bye-bye.